And later on in the show, we'll be joined live in the studio by the president of listed firm Nickel Asia Corporation. Good evening, I'm Maiki Oreta. Let's get down to business. We're now joined live in the studio by Gerard Brimo. He's the President and Chief Executive Officer of listed firm Nickel Asia Corporation. Good evening and welcome to the show, Mr. Brimo.
Good evening, Maiki. Thank you for having me here.
Mr. Brimo, you listed just last November 22nd at 15 pesos a share. As of today, your stock is now at 20.80. What plans do you have in the works to further increase the value of your share prices?
Well, we're looking at a good year this year for our business. Last year was actually pretty good. Our total volume of sales went up by about 40%. The nickel price last year was also higher. We disclosed our 9 months results recently. The nickel price averaged $9.50 per pound for the first 9 months on our shipments that are applicable to the LME nickel price. Today, the nickel price is $12.60. So this year, we can look forward to a higher volume of sales, probably close to 10 million tons, and hopefully a higher nickel price as well.
I know you can't discuss your 2010 earnings, but as for how 2011 is shaping up or the direction you're taking, can you talk to us more about that? I know that you've recently invested 30.8 million pesos into Cordillera Exploration Company. What are your plans there?
Well, that's more of a long-term plan. Cordillera Exploration is actually not part of our core business. Our core business is nickel.
That's right.
Cordillera Exploration is an opportunity that came to us, and we felt we had to take it. It's an exploration company that has 4 properties in northern Luzon that are prospective for gold and copper. And it's not our core business, but it's an opportunity we couldn't pass. We bought this from Anglo American. One of those properties has seen quite a bit of exploration on it. This is a property in the province of Apayao. And there are already drilling targets for gold. So we will do further exploration work on that property and look forward to drilling it maybe towards the end of the year.
All right.
That won't have anything to do with our income, though, because it takes a while to, well, first of all, find gold and copper deposits and secondly, develop them. It's more of a long-term plan. In the medium plan, we're looking forward to the completion of the construction of the country's second nickel processing plant. This is being constructed beside one of our mines in Surigao. We have a 22.5% equity in that plant, and all of the ore feed for the plant will come from our Taganito mine. That plant will come on stream in 2013. So by that time, our sales volume should go up by about 40 or even 50% by that time. So that's pretty much our focus for the medium term.
Okay, let's talk about the industry in general. How would you say it has progressed over the years?
Well, obviously not enough. And I think that's pretty clear when you count the number of large-scale mines.
There's still few
that are operating
firms
today.
There's really players.
There's really very few of us. And the reality is that it's a tough business, and it's a risky business, and so you don't get a lot of local investors that want to go into it. And there are always problems in the industry. The latest problem that we're now encountering is some local government units banning open pit mining.
That's right. That's right. South Cotabato banned open pit mining. Zamboanga del Norte is considering a similar move. And the people in Palawan are clamoring for a ban as well. How are you taking all of this?
With much distress. With much distress. What's happening in Palawan, I think, is very sad. And it's incredible to me that what happened there, the assassination of this reporter, is being blamed on an entire industry when there is no evidence at all that points to it. In fact, the evidence that's coming out, and you can read it in the press, points to other parties, not the mining industry. So I think it's sad and I think it's very unfair. And I think what we should do is to wait for the investigation to finish. And hopefully it will show who the mastermind or masterminds are. We feel very close to Palawan because we've been involved in a large-scale mining operation in Palawan for 30 years. That's our Rio Tuba mine, which is in the south of the country. And so we have quite a big stake in Palawan. It's a province that we know very well.
Well, the controversies and the bans are very damaging for the industry. How do you guys plan to recover? What is the Chamber of Mines doing, for instance?
The Chamber of Mines is very active in advocating for mining, and I know it's tough for them to do. I was involved in the Chamber for many years, and eventually I retired from it because it was just quite a chore. It is a challenge, and it's a question of one of the things that we don't do very well is we don't tell our story very well, and that's a fact. I mean, if you go back to our Rio Tuba mine in Palawan that we're very proud of and that we've operated for the last 30 years, how many people know, for example, that we have an elementary and a high school there? And we have 1,500 students that are mostly from the barangays and the municipality going to school for free, and in the hospital and so on and so forth. And there's so many things that we've done. We're just not very good in telling our story. And I think we have to improve in that aspect. Well,
yeah, we'll have to work on that, especially since the Philippines is considered one of the most mineralized countries in Southeast Asia. Can you talk about the potential of this country in that area, in mining?
The Philippines is very mineralized. It's impossible to put any figure on it. You can tell by the geology of the country. And until more exploration is done, there are actually quite a few areas in the country that have not yet been properly explored using new exploration techniques. And until that's done, and until drilling is done as well, because that's the only way you can find deposits, then you'll really not know what the full potential can be. But potentially it's
just such an invasive, extractive operations. I mean, you may have to move the people out. You have to move the people out. You really dig deep into the earth, and you take, and minerals, you can't put that back.
Well, it happens all over the world. Do you know of any mining country or mineralized country that has banned mining? If it is that environmentally destructive, you have to wonder, why are countries like the US, Canada, Australia, that are highly environmentally conscious countries, why do they allow mining in their countries? The fact is that they do, and they do it for a reason. Minerals are there for us to exploit. It's necessary in our modern life. If not, we go back to the Dark Ages. And there are proper environmental techniques that you can use to mine responsibly. So the advocacy, I feel, should not be...
Just push for responsible mining.
That's right, and not so much no against mining.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Brimo, the President and CEO of Nickel Asia. That's business, and we're on Nightly. I'm Maiki Oreta. Happy Chinese New Year.